This is March 16th, 2026. Yesterday on March 15th, 2026, out in Myers and Elias, people are walking around, okay? And they're talking about nobody saying a word to me. And this lady was on the phone, and said the doctor from before, it's that guy that said he never met her in person. None of this is funny. Nobody say a word. Henry Moffey, that my ex-husband's girlfriend, Michelle, her dad, because if you put the September 30th, 25 of her confessing this whole thing was her family's debt to drug dealers, even human traffic people. They're the ones inciting Carl's family to steal everything. And then Henry Moffey saying the same thing, January 1926, that he had never met me in person. He's the one inciting Rick to steal everything. And he's trying to pull a fast one on the FBI and steal all the money with his scams. Okay? And the other Michelle's telling on him what they're really doing, with the other Michelle with long blonde hair is telling on him that the whole thing was a scam to extort money from the government. Her ex-husband was involved, and the doctor from before was not one of mine, works for them, and they had lied. And that guy Pete Dave hired on his own, she don't even know him. It's just some guy Dave hired. And that they admitted to using hypnotic drugs on her when they drugged her and told her to say it before. And the weird tape of Weird With Yourself is photoshopping of washing. The whole thing was a scam to extort money from the government. He confessed she's telling on him what they're doing, where he said he's going to enter. He had a judge's friend. He was going to enter everything in court without anybody, have everything signed over to him. He's going to steal all the cases, money be long gone before the FBI figures out what he's doing, and pull a fast one on the FBI. They have announced several times over the years that they were setting that agent up to be arrested over my case, that they were going to get him for defrauding me, get the surveillance of the case thrown out, okay? And want all the drug dealers released, and then they have the drug dealers sue the government for false arrest under fraud, because she's either a paid FBI informant and they stand up for her, or he was defrauding her the whole time. He told on her for calling the hotline. He bullied her on a recorded line. Admit everybody knew. He opened a case with money and immunity. And then he threatened her if she said anything, and then he left her there and stole her money. He was defrauding her the whole time. You can't use fraud. He had no legal right around her. She's either a paid informant, and then they stand up for that case, or they want it thrown out. And then they're going to sue him for false arrest. They even taped that agent bullying me. The one guy on North Chapel in my old apartment in Louisville, he has told people he was at the office when they met with that agent with the fraud scheme. And they were even there while he was bullying me. He let them listen for entertainment while they taped him. Now they're sending it out to police departments. I have wrote the president. I got a response that they will be sending it to the appropriate agency to handle this. I emailed the sheriffs and the Portage County Sheriffs, Stark County Sheriffs, and the prosecutor's office to get a hold of the FBI Drug and Task Force in Canton and have them pull the original case. And to get the surveillance of September 10th, 25, Tuscarawas County Courthouse. There was people in there bad-mouthing me. I found out on March 5th, 26, in Bell's Store in Magnolia on Route 800 that they were saying they were FBI agents bad-mouthing me and how this case is fraud. They're trying to get the case thrown out against Agent John. That they are also sending it out, supposed to be from an agent, of that agent bullying me, calling me a liar, and demand I say I'm lying, or he'll arrest me, and then laughing at me evilly. and saying no one's to help her, no one's to believe her. And he's obstruction justice and trying to get the case thrown out. And a lady showed up in that Bell store. I was in there several times that day. And that these people had went to the investigators and told them that they pay that agent off to do this and let all these people die. They're going hot and heavy after Agent John. They are going to go after the case. Now, we're going to put it this way. It would be great if I got my money. I earned it. I almost died to save my family and the government information. I almost died helping the government. I have a dented head. I'm losing my eyesight. I'm going to have eye surgery from being bashed in the head, 12/21/18, beaten, raped, and left for dead. I was tortured by a fake FBI agent between July and September 19th. They sold videos of it. That Henry Moffey Will guy, where they said Will found another way of making money off the case. He's selling the login for $25 a pop the first 2 months of the case. He also sold it to the cartel. It is on Google that M13 is live streaming protected custody cases so people can be tormented. It was him selling it to the cartels in 18. He sold government technology. Getting the idea how dangerous he is. And he was messed up with Judge Peters' group in Florida. They were seen with his daughter, Michelle, saying everybody she's retired Judge Pete's daughter, FBI agent Will's daughter. She was above the law. She can have anybody harmed or killed. Drug, beat, raped, whatever. Law can't touch her. Trying to make herself grand. And she's just Mary's niece, Katie's family member. Lying to people, but she's in debt to drug dealers. Judge Peters, men came up from Florida, announced who they worked for. They were seen by 3,000 people there, admitting they were the ones hurting me and hurting me before. The Kingsmen from Texas showed up. Buffalo, New York, Michigan, and California came down here and ran a biggest con, and a lot of people got sold from Ohio. The U.S. Marshal showed up January 20th, 23, announced herself in Worcester. They'd be taking care of them. Got thousands off the case. FBI got Judge Peters out of Florida. They saved hundreds of people. Thousands went to jail. We are part of the nationwide human trafficking scam. It was their way into the cartel. If this case gets thrown out the way that they want it, because that way that agent did it, by telling on me, the Apostolic Church of Barberton, that he even knew they were drug beating, raping me and didn't care. He was going to turn me back over to him. Before he talked to me, after the FBI hotline, he had called the next day. They drugged me up so bad I couldn't even answer the phone. Went to voicemail. And it took me 4 days to call him back. In the meantime, I went up to Apostolic Church of Barberton on the third day. And he was up there telling on me. And he was and Dave said he talked to him when I walked off. He told Danny that. It is documented, verified. The agent that returned my phone call from the FBI hotline told on me before he talked to me. On a recorded line, he had all the church people in his office, knew they were trying to kill me, mocking me, talking to me like Satan himself, calling me a liar. Either say you're lying or I'll arrest you, I'll put you in jail. You hear me, I'll arrest you. It's like, fine, whatever. Call me a faker from where I went through medical malpractice and medication errors. Almost died in his documented fraud, medical malpractice, and medication errors. 2002 at my community health center in Canton. Improving when I got off the medicine, I got well over 9 months. And it took me 9 months to get well. After I had a bunch of surgeries, muscles locked up, went to a bunch of crackpots, gave me the wrong medicine, falsely diagnosed me, made my whole body swell up, heart attack, seizures, thyroid, adrenal gland shut down. They were lying so bad they even said I had tumors. Needed part of my brain removed. When I went into my community health, they said they're known for lying, falsely diagnosing people, making people sick so they have to keep coming back, ripping off their insurance companies, getting kickbacks from drug companies, sharing with associates and friends, and making people so sick to do unnecessary procedures. Get an attorney and sue them? They have almost killed you. Will represent you in court. They have defrauded you. It's a medicine making you sick. Turn them over to the state to pull their license. They encouraged us to sue them for years. And it's all documented fraud. But my mouse was locked out. Okay? In the meantime, after Dave and I first got married, I found out it was another girlfriend of his. Was using my insurance for 15 years. Ran up medical bills in my name. Back then you didn't show ID. And we tried fighting them, and we got stuck with the copays, and we had to suffer for 15 years paying her copays. And she ran up. Half my medical records are hers. One of their scenarios is they paid off a doctor to write up she was found insane before. That is fraud. I've already talked to an attorney. It takes a state and a state psychiatric hospital. They get a hold of the courts, and the law requires a competency hearing. Competency. And it takes a judge, not a doctor, a judge. And that to find you incompetent or insane, they have to explain it to you. You get a social worker, you're placed on disability. You get a guardian. Your brain is damaged. Mental illness and mental insanity is not curable. Your brain is permanently damaged. So where they say she was found insane, it's not curable, and the person's fine, that's flat out fraud. Now, under HIPAA violations, can doctors run around being in it with your ex-husband trying to kill you? No, my God, no. Here, it's my ex-husband's girlfriend's dad pretending to be a doctor. Writing up fraud. Oh. See, I always thought maybe it was that other lady that used my insurance, ran up my medical bills. I found out March 27, 25, after midnight. And the investigator was outside talking how they got David. It was actually one of his girlfriends. One before mine. Had him con me into marrying him so he could get a job at my dad's factory. Only made $80 a week working with John Calgo, and he could make anywhere from $750 to $1,500 if he worked overtime at my dad's factory. He was way out of poverty. Was conning me. My whole marriage was a scam. Now, if I've never been in a state psychiatric hospital, I've never had a competency hearing. No judges found me insane. Am I found insane? No. Can they pay off a doctor to write up fraud? No. Because either the person's fine or they're not, and it's fraud. One of their scenarios is that doctor is working with the police and the FBI to get her concealed carry revoked. October 16th, 23, Munchies. There's a guy in there. I overheard them talk. There's another murder plot. They're going to try to make sure she can't carry a gun again so that they can show up and kill her. They were talking about that in Alliance. That we heard what she said in the car. Where Henry Moffey showed up where Henry Moffey showed up March 12th, 26 in Summit Mall yelling threats at me and Carl. He was trying to tell people he gave some guy a portal to get people's medical records, and they could pull anybody's medical records. Just giving it to some guy. That's a federal crime, my God. And he was going to have my new husband's family come get him and remove him by force. I told Carl, I said, so help me, I'd hit him with a baseball bat. I'll tell you what, and people said, they wanted to make sure if they came and tried to take her husband by force, she couldn't stop them. They didn't think about her using a baseball bat. They are not going to take my husband off and kill him. Do you understand? That Henry Moffey and his group has said, now this is my ex-girlfriend's dad and her. Katie's family member. They want me homeless. They want me not be able to have a job, not to be able to drive a car. They want her living on the streets or locked up in jail. That's a lot of hate for someone you have never met. I think you need a psychiatrist. But that Henry Moffey threatened to have Carl's family come over here and remove him by force. He was going to let them in my apartment and steal anything that they wanted. He was going to let them rob me. He will not let them rob me, and he will not kidnap my husband and let them kill them. Because even like Desi and Audrey said, they will kill Carl if they get a hold of him. Now, do I want to ever hear from any law enforcement that some crackpot attorney's office with some kind of crazy, dirty doctor that's Dave's girlfriend's dad pretending to be, that admitted he never met me in person, wrote up fraud on me, and in an insane craziness, run around telling police departments I was found insane. Well, can they look it up on the webpage? There has to be a competency hearing. It's law. Is there a competency hearing? No. Is there a stay in a state psychiatric hospital? A state one. Is there a stay in a state psychiatric hospital? No. Did they get a hold of a court system to have a competency hearing? No. Is there a court hearing of a judge finding me insane? No. What they're saying is they paid somebody right up front. And then they're saying even an imposter is wrote up front. And it's just a big fraud scheme. It's craziness. And then mental illness and mental insanity is a brain disorder. Your brain is permanently damaged and it is not curable. You have to have supervision and on medication the rest of your life. Your brain is permanently damaged. Now, can you say someone's brain is permanently damaged and they're fine? No. That's called fraud. So where they say they're working with the police departments, the FBI to get my concealed carry revoked, where's the competency hearing? Where's the stay in the state psychiatric hospital? There's not. All they're doing is run around and making fools out of the police departments and acting like they're all incompetent. They better be playing them. I'll tell you that much. Because do they know the law that there has to be, look it up and see that there is a competency hearing? Has to have a court record. There's no court record. There's no stay in no state psychiatric hospital. No, nothing. And I've never seen a psychiatrist for a sexual disorder, and I never wanted my brother. And I don't think Dave's ex-girlfriend, Mary's niece, Katie's family member, being a crackhead, admitted that she human trafficked people to pay back drug dealers, and her crackhead dad running a con on the FBI run around slandering me and thinking that the police departments would help destroy a victim they're running a con on. You know, I emailed where these people are breaking flat out, where that lady said March 5th, 26th at the Bell Store on Route 800 in Magnolia, that where they are supposed to have showed up at the Tuscarawas County Courthouse September 10th, 25 saying that they were agents, FBI agents, bad-mouthing me, that the whole case was fraud. Would the FBI ever go to a courthouse and call one of their cases fraud? No. Absolutely. And that calling me a liar and that everyone's going to get even with me, it's illegal for law enforcement to get even with you. It's a federal crime. It's a federal crime for a police officer to call an FBI informant a liar when it's connected to anything with a case. It's a federal crime. It's obstruction. It's tampering with a witness. Get the case thrown off. That's what they're trying to do. Where that lady showed up and said nobody thought that was funny, they were doing that. And then that agent that showed up is supposed to be sending out emails of him saying, say you're lying, I'll arrest you, say you're lying and you're in jail. I'll put you in jail. It's like, fine, whatever. Ha, 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 ha. Proof he was bullying me, trying to get the case thrown out. And saying no one's to believe her, no one's to help her. Obstruction justice. And tampering with a witness. Proof he's doing it. Okay? Trying to get Agent John arrested. This is serious. They announced a year ago they were going after him. And they were coming for him. And they're going to use the basis that he told on me for calling the FBI hotline. He admitted on a recorded line he had everybody in the office they already knew. He made fun of me. He bullied me, made me beg for my life, opened a real case with statements, money, and immunity, and then threatened me if I told, and that's considered blackmail. The other part is badgering, obstruction, and tampering with a witness. And then he left me there and took my money. He was defrauding me the whole time. He had no legal right around her. And so all the surveillance needs to get thrown out. And everybody arrested or on the surveillance is to be released. And they have announced it. And they were coming for him. They announced it from the beginning that they were using me as a pawn, and then they were looking for loopholes, and that I didn't know what they were doing. I didn't know what was going on and how they framed me and would laugh at me. And then in 22, how they were setting that agent up to be arrested. And then they were going after the case. They play with you. They tell you what they're going to do, and then they do it. You have to get it all set up. They announced last year they were going again for it. They want Judge Peters released out of Florida and all drug cartel. Anybody arrested to any connection of any part of this case. Now, if the surveillance of the case gets thrown out, does it affect me at all? No. If all those thousands of drug dealers and serial killers get released, does it affect me at all? No. If Agent John goes to jail, does it affect me at all? No. Where they said she's either a paid informant and they stand up for the case, or we're going to have it thrown out. See, for some reason, they don't think no matter what, they would rather not pay me. If they don't pay me, does it affect me? No. They haven't paid me in 7 years. Would it be nice to have it? Oh, hell yeah. I could do something nice for me and my family. But does it affect me if they don't pay me? No. I'll be damned before Katie and her drug addict niece and her drug dealer father running cons on people gets it, though. It's like over my dead body. They won't get it. Where they've been announcing they're going to steal it for themselves. And that's why they're doing this. They want it for themselves. The money I earned helping the government have a detonated head, rape, torture, damaged ribcage, damaged intestines. Going to have surgery on my eyes? From the bash in the back of my head? Huh? Damaged shoulder? I had to be on bladder medicine for 2 years after being tortured. I lived through hell helping the government. I had to be their golden child. That's where the officers and the agents that work my case speak so highly of me. It's ridiculous for anyone to ever insult her. She almost died to save children. They always knew she was drugged and told to say it before. And that tape of weird with yourself is photoshopped of washing in the shower in the other room, and it's just a scam. And it's ridiculous for anyone to ever insult her. She almost died to save everyone. May 26, 24. I have to go to work soon, and I'm very tired. But I'll let you know. I can't, where my friend from the prosecutor's office and a criminal attorney, I can't get out of immunity. I can't get out of the witness protection program. These people literally tried to kill me, and they could wait and try to kill me again. And with that protected custody case over me, of protected custody by the police, when I go to them, are to take my statement and then get a hold of the FBI if they need them to take care of something. So if a dirty psychiatrist is showing up there and saying all kinds of cray-cray stuff, HIPAA violations, can they do that? No. They can't be in it with an attorney's office. The whole thing is crazy. They can't talk about you at all. It's not my doctor. It's Dave's girlfriend's dad. Scamming everybody. He's trying to steal from everyone. He's trying to get Judge Peters released out of Florida and all the other ones. So I can't get out of immunity. I cannot get out of the witness protection program. And the only thing they can do is get the drug dealers released, Agent John arrested. And they're going to have those drug dealers that get released. Thousands will be released. Human traffickers, serial killers, thousands will die. Desperate for help, I've been emailing everyone, trying to get somebody to stop Henry Maffei and his group. If I don't get paid, does it affect me? No. Would it be nice? Yes, I earned it. I was promised it, and I did not get it. And that agent does not have the authority to ask anybody to stay quiet. It's considered blackmail and a federal crime. And then on top of it, he's already told on me and then admitted on a recorded line he had everyone in his office and even made fun of me. He knew they were trying to kill me and bullies me and laughs at me. And like the lady said, it's pure evil how he talked to her. It was supposed to be a scam to get their drug connections, not to be something he was doing. That's why investigators were talking about it when the case started, and then that he was just scamming them to get their drug dealers. And then nobody could believe that he didn't pay me. And then he just left me there. And then they were afraid he stole the case's money. Henry Maffei is going after the case's money. He is going after the and he wants it for God. He wants it for himself. It's Katie's niece, Michelle, lying to everybody that she's a retired Judge Pete's daughter, an FBI agent Will's daughter. She is just Mary's niece, which is Katie's family member and her dad. And her family is trying to steal from the federal government, running a con on them. And where they were messed up with Judge Peters' group from Florida, and they had the other cartels come here and cost thousands of lives. It's them. They want to try to steal my informant money to put it in their dirty pocket. They are trying to steal. They have announced they're the one trying to steal everything from Danny. They're trying to steal everything from my new husband, Carl. They have threatened to leave me homeless, penniless, make sure I have no one. Dave's ex-girlfriend and her dad just trying to destroy and kill anybody for their amusement. And it's just Katie's family member. She's very evil and very dangerous, and she is no retired judge's daughter. She's a drug dealer's daughter. And they just want to steal for themselves. And they're going to get those drug dealers released for false arrest under fraud, and they're going to sue the government. It will, unless the FBI stands up for the case, and they stand up that it's a legitimate case, and they had every right, and she is one of our informants. And they're trying to use the thing that they didn't pay me. It would be great if they paid me. If they don't pay me, Does it affect my life? No. Does it affect my life if their surveillance gets thrown out and all those serial killers get released and thousands die? No. It's not my fault. I tried to stop them. I went on the White House portal. The president said he's going to be sending it to the probate agency. I had men show up last year from the DOJ. They said they know that agent stole my money. Somebody was talking about him showing back up and told people leave me alone. They know that agent stole my money. And they are going after Agent John for his arrest, and then they're going to go after the FBI. I can have the sheriffs pull the case, their surveillance, proving that where they're saying it, they're actually doing it, and the threats. But if their surveillance gets thrown out, it doesn't affect me. I still stay in the witness protection program and immunity and a judge's order over my life for life. For protected custody. When I go to a police officer, they're supposed to help me take my statement, and if they can't help me, they are to get a hold of the FBI and have one of the agents take care of it. So where some crazed attorney's office run around with a doctor committing fraud and HIPAA violations, my God, they should have had a Fed all over them. Write on Google, if an attorney has their doctor friend pull your medical records, it's 10 years for both. They can't know nothing. You have to sign consent, picture ID, and they have to be your personal attorney, represent you in your own personal injury, like dog bite, car wreck, and then have to sign in picture ID for the place to release it. Or they can't talk to you about you at all. It's 10 years for every occurrence. These people are Twilight Zone. And when you realize the whole thing is a scam, and shame on any kind of law enforcement ever falling for a drug dealer scam. Like they said out in Alliance, that guy that said he never met her before, he was supposed to be her doctor from before, and he admitted he never met her. That's just Dave's girlfriend's dad. Somebody else said he was supposed to have been the one that taped her before. He's never even met her in person. Then I heard Danny across the parking lot, April 16th, 23. I asked Dad what on earth is going on. He said he had hired some guy named Pete on his own. It was Pete and his men in her home before. Pete has her frame. Pete has her tape, the filthy, dirty statement. Some guy named Pete I've never met. December 1st, 25, Walmart 62. They'll still have the surveillance. Tape and audio. An investigator comes in. Now there's another Michelle with the long blonde hair telling on all of them. They threatened her life too. Okay? For telling an agent about them. This whole thing is a scam to extort money from the government. Her ex-husband was involved. And that the doctor from before is not one of hers. He works for them, and they had lied. Of course they lied. None of my doctors could be with them. It's HIPAA violations. It's a federal crime that everybody would go to jail for at least 10 years. Your medical records are under the Act of Privacy of HIPAA. They could never talk about you. It's a federal crime. And the guy, Pete, that's running his mouth about her in offices, that could have been him in that courthouse. And his friends impersonating feds. And that guy, Pete, that was in his office running his mouth about her, she don't even know who he is. It's just some guy Dave hired on his own. And they admitted that they used hypnotic drugs on her when they drugged her and told her to say it before. And that tape of Weird with Yourself is photoshopped of washing in the shower. And the whole thing's a scam to extort money from the government. They wanted to trick that agent into defrauding me, open a case. And then have him just leave me there and take the money. And they are telling everybody they paid him off to do it. And with that guy that moved in my old apartment on 1270 North Chapel, he said they were in there and was letting him listen to bullying me on the phone. How sick is that? Well, they recorded him. And now they're sending it out to police departments, proving his crimes, trying to get him arrested. They're going for him. I asked the sheriffs to get a hold of the Drug and Task Force, FBI Drug and Task Force in Canton. Tell them to get my case, and so they can get Henry Mafi. He needs stopped. I bet he's supposed to be the peak guy on his own then. See, I don't know who he is. All I know is if you put September 30th, 25, where that girl's announcing this whole thing is her family's dead to drug dealers, and that I don't know who she is, and da-da-da. It took me a while to put it together. She's a girl from Faith Family Church announcing she dated Dave with Judge Peter's group from Florida. Trying to say she was Judge Pete's daughter, FBI agent Will's daughter. She's above the law. She's just a drug dealer's daughter. Then if you go back to where Anita and Pam were talking at Apostolic Church of Barberton about Mary's niece, Michelle, willing to kill somebody to date Dave, and that poor family that's so in debt. Yeah, it's Mary's niece, Katie's family member, in debt to drug dealers. And yeah, you put that together with, and where her family incited my new husband's family to go after him so they could steal everything. And then January 1926, Henry Mafi saying he did it personally. That's father and daughter. Dave's ex-girlfriend's dad running the con. They wanted that agent to defraud me, and then they were going to go back after him, get him arrested, go after the surveillance, get every drug dealer released, and then have them sue the government for millions. Took me a while to put everything together, what they were doing, and they flat out announced it last year. And then they actually started doing it lately. Been warning everybody it's happening. People are saying this here, saying this here, saying this here. Under surveillance, you can get them. Plus, my phone's bugged by the police and the FBI for the case. What departments work at? Trying to stop Henry Mafi, that Katie's mother's niece, Michelle, and her dad, that Henry Mafi guy, out running cons on people and cons on the government. And trying to get the surveillance thrown out. Like I said, they get it thrown out. It doesn't affect me at all. Huh? Doesn't affect me at all. At all. If I get my money, it'd be great. I'm planning on helping my kids and my grandkids. I earn that money. But when it comes to them stealing it for themselves, it's like over my dead body. I earn that. I earn that risking my life, trying to save my children, help the government and get thousands. I earned that. You will not take it for your drug debt. You filthy piece of shit. You will not take it over my dead body. I feel like I'm yelling at Dave, where Dave said, I'll kill everything in life. Karen realized I'll kill everything. And I thought, over my dead body. You want me? You can try to kill me, but you will not kill our children. You'll go through me first. Do you understand? That's where I was so angry. The way I feel towards this Henry Mafi is the way I felt when Dave was threatening to kill my family. It was over my dead body. That is my children. And my grandchildren. You'll get caught going after me. If I die, I'll make sure that you get caught. But you will not kill them. And then where that Henry Mafi and Michelle, how they're going to steal all my informant money over my dead body. I earned that money. That money is for me and for me to help my children, not for your fucking drug debt. See, if the FBI pays me, that'd be great. But if they don't pay me, does it affect my life? No. If they let their case get thrown out because they won't defend me and defend that surveillance, that it was legal, and serial killers go to jail, their heads are going to be on the platter on the Department of Justice. The Department of Justice finds out they let a bunch of serial killers free, they're going to get in trouble big time and end up in jail. So their consequences of their actions of letting serial killers go, the Department of Justice will get them. For letting serial killers out by not defending a case and its integrity. But if they get released, does it affect me? No. If Agent John gets arrested, does it affect me? No. If the government gets sued for millions of dollars by serial killers for false arrest, does it affect me? No. I can't get out of immunity, and I can't get out of the witness protection program. I have a judge's order over me. These people are actually trying to kill me. If the surveillance of all these bad people get thrown out and they sue the government, they get released back into society, it don't affect me at all. Or that agent over my case for taking my money gets arrested, does it affect me at all? No. But I'll be damned if Katie's family members that are in debt to drug dealers think they can steal it on a stupid scam of some attorney's office and a fake dirty doctor running drug scams on people. Now, does the cops know an attorney cannot have a doctor with him bad-mouthing somebody 100% is a federal crime of HIPAA? Your doctor can never say a word about you. It is a federal crime. And they can't be in it with an attorney going against you. It's a federal crime. Just like they can't get a court order from a judge's friend for someone to pull your medical records to go through them. It's a federal crime of HIPAA. Even a judge would go to jail. This is so Twilight Zone. These are federal crimes. And it's the stupidest con on earth. And it's just Dave's girlfriend's dad. Mary, which is Katie's mom, her niece, Michelle, and her dad, Henry Maffei, whatever his real name is, running a con. They were in it with Judge Peter's group. They were probably the people they owed money to, which brought the other drug cartels here and ran the biggest con and sold a bunch of people here to get away with human trafficking. Now, I can request, I can email, I can notify where to find Henry Maffei even stalking me, even admitted he hired some man to stalk me, threatening my husband's life, threatening mine, that he's going to have him removed by force, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. He ain't going to do anything. He can kiss my ass. Trying to tell someone he gave somebody portals to pull people's medical records. My God, the feds, you want their attention? See, that's where this whole case, it gets thrown out. It don't affect me at all. Agent John gets arrested, it don't affect me at all. I'm still in the witness protection program. A judge put me in immunity and in protected custody the rest of my life because I was almost killed. I can't get out. I talked to a criminal attorney, I can't get out. They hired people to kill me before. I can't get out. So if drug dealers get released back into society, they sue the government for false arrest of fraud. The agent goes to jail for fraud. It don't affect me at all. I can plead for help, plead where to find him saying stuff, the case, trying to stop this madman that Katie's family member, Michelle, and her dad, Henry Maffei, running a drug scam on the government to extort money from him and get drug dealers released so they can sue him, trying to get an agent arrested. You need to find out who the hell was in Tuscarawas County Courthouse September 10th, 25, lying to him that they were federal agents calling me a liar and the whole case is fraud. My God. The FBI would never say that about any of their cases, no matter what. And then sending out the emails of him calling me a liar. You say you're lying or I'll arrest you out. You say you're lying or I'll put you in jail. And then laughing at me like Satan himself. and then say no one's a believer, no one's a helper, 14th Amendment, no one can withhold protection, and they cannot badger you and call you a liar. And getting him on tape doing that is priceless in federal prison for Agent John. I would like my money. I would like a new name and social for me and Carl, and a medical card. I mean, even the VA, his skin cancer from the Agent Orange, and the doctor did document it is caused by Agent Orange. It was denied. We have to pay the copays. That's several $100s of treatment. Was hoping they'd step up and pay for the extra copays, but no. But you know what? These people threatening people, stealing from them. And I don't want to ever hear any law enforcement act like a retard. Can a doctor be with an attorney, trying to you? No, it's federal crimes. You arrested him, right? It's HIPAA. Oh, their latest one. That attorney's office and that fake dirty doctor's working with the FBI now to have her destroyed. They're not going to have one of their informants destroyed and immunity in their case thrown out. They can quit their lives. But they are going after Agent John, and they are going after that case like they promised they were. And it is happening, and he is showing up. And I hope and pray to God that no officer ever loses his job for going along with the most ridiculous drug scam in the world of laws they know that can never be